Hello internet, hello and welcome to today's video. Now, I'm gonna admit I've been lazy today. And the reason for that is simple. I just got done with school. I just had my last day of school. And to kind of celebrate that, I've just been chilling, right? I've not been doing anything. I recorded that one patch game early on. And other than that, I've just been playing Dota, playing Call of Duty 4, listening to Painkiller already, and listening to rap, right, as usual. But that's what I've been doing, really nothing special. And I have tons of video ideas right now, right? But I just don't feel like creating any of those today. I just want to chill, and all of those ideas would take hours of editing. So I think I'm just gonna talk about the one thing I really love talking about, being movies. You guys know that I just absolutely love talking about movies. And that's why I compiled a list of my top 5 favorite movies. And I'm gonna tell you about those. Now, the thing about this list is that it's not an actual top 5, right? It's not my top 5 favorite movies. I categorize the movies a bit, and yeah, you're gonna see, like, you're gonna hear what I'm talking about. Like, you're gonna get it once I start with it. But before I go into that, I want to talk about what makes an amazing movie, right? There are many great movies out there. Many movies you have to see. And I like to believe that I've seen a lot of them. Because I just like watching movies, right? That's just a thing I enjoy doing. So I watch a lot of movies. And what makes an amazing movie is the fact that you can watch it over and over and over again. And it doesn't get any worse. It doesn't get any worse. It doesn't get redundant. It just gets more and more amazing. Every time you watch it, there's something new, right? You always see that new detail, or you understand something in a different way, or you just are amazed by something new, something you haven't been amazed before. And again, rewatching the movie doesn't make it any worse, it makes it better. Now, interestingly enough, out of my list of 5 movies I'm gonna give you, I've seen all of them 100 times, like what feels like 100 times, right? Except for one. One of them I've only seen once, but we're gonna get to that a bit later on. Now, you also have to keep in mind that this list is very restrictive, right? If I only have a top 5, I honestly could probably create a top 50. But let's not go crazy. There are many movies that I would love to put on here, but they just didn't quite make the cut. Like District 9 is freaking amazing. Donnie Darko, The King's Speech, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, all of those. Silence of the Lamb, amazing movies. Just stellar. But they didn't quite make the list. So, let's just start, right? Let's start with the one movie everybody loves. That's the category, by the way. That movie everybody loves. You can show this movie to whoever the hell you want to show it to. You can show it to your grandmother, you can show it to your girlfriend, you can show it to your boyfriend, I guess. You can show it to whoever. It doesn't matter. They're gonna love it. And that movie is Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is great for multiple reasons. I really love Tom Hanks. Let's just get it out of the way. Tom Hanks is my favorite actor. He is up there with Christoph Waltz. I still think he's a little bit better than Christoph Waltz, but both of them are just amazing. And I love Tom Hanks, right? If Tom Hanks is in a movie, I'm gonna watch it. It's that simple. But the one thing I really love about Forrest Gump is the fact that he always succeeds, right? I love seeing people succeed, and especially since Forrest is such a... let's just be honest, he's such a dumb person. And I'm not saying this with any offensive thoughts behind it, or I don't want to insult him, but that's the whole point of the story, right? He is not very intelligent, but he is nice, he's lovable, and he still manages to achieve amazing things, but he just doesn't get what is happening. He doesn't quite understand that he just achieved those amazing things. And on the other side, you've got the story of Jenny, a character that is very tragic, that also, even though she knows what she's doing, I don't think she got full control over what she's doing. And that's just really cool to always have the contrast of those two completely different people. But Forrest still loves Jenny unconditionally. His only goal during the entire movie is Jenny. That's all. And I just think that makes for such a great story, because even though I don't usually like those, oh, love, blah, blah, blah. That's just bullcrap, no. But in Forrest Gump, it's actually very important. It is the leading motivation for the character itself, but it's not the leading storyline, which I think is very, very interesting. Forrest Gump also has got that really, really bittersweet ending, which I really, really love, because it's not just, yay, happy ending. No, it's like, yay, happy ending, but really, is it a happy ending? I'm not sure. It kind of is, but it's also not really. Next up is greatest villain, right? I really like villains. I just think they are cool characters, and I don't know why, but sometimes having a good villain makes up for having a mediocre storyline. That's really it. I don't know. I really, really value good villains. I really do. And I have been debating whether or not I want to take the Joker or Hannibal Lecter. However, I decided on the Joker. I just freaking love the Dark Knight. Heath Ledger just absolutely impersonates the destructive nature of the Joker. And the one thing I really, really love about the Joker is the fact that he doesn't have any reason. He doesn't have a goal. He doesn't do what he does to achieve anything. He's like a dog chasing cars. He wouldn't know what to do with one if he actually managed to catch one. And that's what I really, really love about the character. You can't argue with him. You can't win against him. Because everything you do goes up against the raw madness inside of the Joker. You go up against nothing. The Joker impersonates a god much more than a character. And he impersonates that god of madness much better than anything else I've ever seen. This is why I like the Joker more than Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter, even though he's an amazing character, still has a motivation. He still has reason. He does things because he wants to achieve other things. The Joker just does things. He doesn't do them for any particular reason. He just does them. How do you go up against that? How do you stop that? You can't do anything to stop him. If you want to stop him, you have to kill him. And if you kill him, you still lose. You can't win against the Joker. And that's what makes him the greatest villain I have ever seen. Next up is the movie I've only seen a single time. And it's without question the most emotional movie I've ever seen. Yes, it's an anime, but it is from Studio Ghibli. So don't be all like, oh, it's anime. Fuck it, it's Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli produces good movies. All of them are amazing. And this one especially. Grave of the Fireflies. I don't want to talk a lot about it because I would just be spoiling it. It's a war drama, and if you watch it, you will be depressed afterwards. You will be, there's no question about it. It wrecks you emotionally. It's a really, really sad movie, really emotional. And it's one of those movies I kind of will recommend watching, but I also kind of don't. Because if you watch it, you will regret it. But you also will experience something that's definitely something you should experience. So, I still freaking love the movie. I've only seen it once and I will not watch it again. But, oh my god, it's brilliant. Next up is the movie I believe to be the greatest movie of all time from a raw objective standpoint. Now, this does not have any personal bias in it. It's not my personal favorite movie. However, after having seen this movie a few times already, and by a few times I mean a lot of times, like many, many times, I believe it is the best movie that was ever created. And it is called The Shawshank Redemption. You have probably heard of it. If you haven't seen it yet, for God's sake, what are you waiting for? It's so good. It's about a prison life of two men. One of them is played by Gordon Freeman, so that should be enough of a reason to watch it. But the thing that's really, really amazing about it is the fact that it just goes through a range of emotions, tells an amazing storyline, but it doesn't feel the need to force anything into your face. The story just feels natural. It just feels like, yeah, this is the way it would progress. This is the way it would keep on going, and this is the way it would end. All of it is also narrated by Morgan Freeman, which just makes it even better. Okay, the video is far too long now anyways, so that's why I cut myself really short on those other movies. But I'm just gonna go on a rant with this one. my own personal favorite movie of all time. This is the one I can just keep watching and watching and watching. No, I'm not kidding if I say I've seen this movie probably 50 times already. That's probably even more than that, right? And yeah, I've told you a few times already about my own personal favorite movie is Spirited Away. Yes, it's another anime, and it's from Studio Ghibli as well. And the great thing about Spirited Away is that it not only has an interesting storyline, but also interesting characters, and the most important thing about Spirited Away is the world it creates. It just throws you into this world, and all it does is show you the world they created out of nothing. And this world has so many facets and so many interesting aspects and so many things to discover that honestly I sometimes just wish I could just sit down, pause the video, go inside of the movie and just take a look around. Because there are so many things in this world that are just so fascinating, so many interesting aspects, so much stuff I just want to know about. Oh my god. Like, what are these black things? Why do they exist? But they do. They just do. And it doesn't feel out of place. No. It just feels natural. It's just like, yeah, of course they exist. Of course they carry the coal to the heater boiler thingy. Why not? But why? I don't know. You don't ask the question. You don't ask why by watching Spirited Away. You sit there and you're like, yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. But nothing about it is reasonable. Nothing. It just fits in perfectly with the world they created. It's just straight up amazing. The only thing I can think of that comes even close to creating a world as perfect as Spirited Away is Akira. But we sadly enough don't have proper Akira movies. I'm not bashing the Akira movie. The Akira movie is great, very enjoyable indeed. But it's not a proper Akira movie. I still am waiting for that. Give me proper Akira movies. Come on, people. Those would be like box office hits beyond belief. But whatever, they're probably never gonna do that. Okay then. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating on the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I upload daily Dota 2 content and sometimes just talk about random stuff. And, well, yeah, I'm gonna try to get the highly edited video out tomorrow. Can't guarantee anything though, because I need to buy a new chair. But you guys already know that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video and see you tomorrow. Bye!